What up, MJ? MJ, your mic is muted.
Oh no, this was a great start. Thank you,
That's
Richie,
it.
for leaving me muted. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Third Down Thursdays. MJ with Coach Bruce, as always, joined by Richie in the background. And it is going to be a beautiful evening because of two reasons, Bruce. Number one, talking is hard. That's number one.
One number
Number
one is an
two,
accurate. One number one is an accurate way to put it, though, because
thank you.
one number one is number one. Number
Correct.
one.
So number one, talking is hard. Number two, I got 12 hours of sleep, so I am primed and ready to go. I know Richie's tired. You're usually tired because you're old, so I'm going to have
Whoa.
to carry everything today.
All right. Well, your back is gonna hurt more than it usually does then.
Wow. Okay.
But
I see how it is.
I'm tired because last night, Eric and I on BS Beers and Sports, we had a marathon show. Basically, we went hard, dude. We did a recording with Rob Schaefer at 6, and we were on with him until 6:45, with just talking for 10 minutes, and then had the interview for 30 minutes. If you guys haven't seen it, it's posted on twitch.tv/Third Down Thursdays. And it's also on the Beers and Sports Twitter account, along with ours, I think, too. It was a great show. It was a great show.
Spotify sometime this weekend.
Yeah, no, it was a great show with Rob last night. But anyway, Pollyanna is a great beer. Try it out. It's a phenomenal Pollyanna East. I can't even remember it. It was so bad. But anyway, it was a great beer. There was two
It
beers.
was so bad.
It was two beers. Two beers. One of them was a Pollyanna beer. The other one was Goldfinger. Both very local products in Chicagoland area. Awesome stuff. But yeah, man, like we did a marathon. We were on for like 2 hours, dude.
Oh my
2
gosh.
hours. And like that's not like and I'm gonna tell you right now, like, having like these cold snacks right here causes me to have to go to the bathroom really badly. And when I need to go to the bathroom, you got to make a sprint after that many cold snacks, dude.
Oh my gosh.
But no, it was a great show though. Rob was awesome. Rob was like, I mean, he's a friend of our show. He's always on with us.
Oh yeah, he's great.
No, he was phenomenal. It was fun with him. Like when we start talking, when we get into our conversation about sports and all the landscape that's going on right now, you're gonna like what I have to say about one of his predictions.
Okay.
I'll preview it with that. But how you doing, man?
I'm
What's
excited.
going on? What's new? I bet you are.
Well, okay.
6 to midnight.
There are some new things.
6 to midnight.
I have one piece of news today. So today's my day off, which has been great. I've been able to like run some errands, get some stuff done. Like I said, I got a lot of sleep. I've had a lot to do because the missus got into med school.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
That is very exciting. As of now, we have our place that we're going. I won't put that out publicly because I'm not sure yet if that's exactly where we're going to end up. But as of now, I am moving very far south in this country. So I'm preparing to have to move my entire life across the country sometime between the end of May and August, depending on what happens at my job right now.
So you're saying I can find a place for me to go golfing in December?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Let's go.
My place. I can tell you right now that it will be very warm. So you will not have to worry about that.
Well, congratulations to the wifey or future wifey. That's incredible news, man. Like,
yes,
pretty proud of her.
Oh, I am too. So I'm very happy about that. Got to figure out job down there, all that good stuff. But it's been a very crazy week. She found that out like last Friday. So we've been working on that. Talked to the job today to see when exactly I'm leaving, what that's going to look like, and then trying to relocate down south, and then just doing a bunch of stuff for us because Bruce, at least some of us are going to be at the draft.
Oh, wow. That's a good transition, Dick.
Thank you. Love you too.
So basically, this is what we're doing, guys. Unfortunately, due to my actual job, not just my fun,
the job,
my passion project that as our Third Down Thursdays, which is an LLC now, MFers.
Big time up in here.
But yeah, I don't know about that. We're trying to.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. But actually Rob made a comment about that. I will talk about that too. But unfortunately, I will not be able to make it out to Vegas because of my actual job. While yes, yeah, yes, we are accepted and we are there, and I could get my credentials. Nope. And
Richie and I will be there.
Richie and you will be there. Thank you. And
yes, so
but that being said,
have a plan.
We do have a plan in place. So the hosts, which is I'm one of them, and Eric will be. So last year, if you guys remember what we did last year, while I was in my downstairs area on my couch with my camera on the whole first half of the draft, while MJ was at the Cleveland. Was it in Cleveland?
Yep.
Yeah. So MJ was in Cleveland. He at the time for that particular show was in Cleveland for a different organization. We'll say that. And not for Third Down Thursdays. However, he was still he was still able to say what's up with Third Down Thursdays. But it was just me live reacting. I'm going to post it. I think it's still on our stuff. I'm going to post my reaction to the Bears moving up in the draft last year to get Justin Fields, because it's absolutely if you're a big Grease fan, I started singing. I got chills.
Oh my gosh.
They're multiplying and I'm blue. All right.
It was bad.
But that being said, though, what we're going to do is Eric and I, the co-host of Beers and Sports, who is much smarter than I am, is going to be giving his honest reactions with me on my couch down here in my living room, my downstairs man cave, I guess, or the D cave,
basement. How hard was that? Basement.
I don't know. There's a lot of words. Words are hard. Well, hey, you started off the show with one is one. No shit. So, and I was trying to help you out.
Listen,
with that.
Okay,
and you're
fine.
coming at me
That's
with
fair.
this.
Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm
Wow.
sorry. Okay,
cut that.
Don't say that often. There you go.
Merry Christmas. But that being said, though, so Eric and I are going to be down here reacting live, while you and Richie are going to be live in Vegas for the draft, talking to us with live content at Vegas, potentially in the media room, repping the flag, the Third Down Thursdays flag, basically saying, listen, motherfuckers, we're here and we're doing this shit. Let's go. So that's our backup plan. Unfortunately, I ended up messing up some of my sick time and some of my personal time, so I can't get out of my job to get out there. So it is what it is.
You know what? If you would have requested it off months ago, like I told you to.
I don't remember you. Well, to be honest, all right. So to be honest with you, all right. So if we're being upfront about all this shit, I really didn't think that we were going to get to the point of actually
that's fair
being able to go to Las Vegas for the NFL draft, basically having the same media credentials. And while we're not Schefter, we're not freaking I don't know, nothing like Dave or Rappaport.
I sure hope we're not Schefter.
We're not Schefter. We're not Rappaport. We're not freaking Dave Portnoy. We're not Barstool Big Cat. We're not all these guys. But hey, we got our brand. We got we got TDT. If you say that too fast, it's actually kind of funny. TDT. Hey, let me see those TDT. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Bruce.
all right.
Bruce went there already.
I was talking about yours, MJ. So that being said, though,
if you would have come to Vegas, you would have. Continue.
But no, I didn't think that we were going to get to that point. That's why I didn't take the time to request it off. So unfortunately, that's my mishap. That's my F up. It is what it is. However, I think this is just an opening for bigger things for us. You and Richie, I know will represent us very well down over there. And that being said, you, sir, are there representing the Third Down Thursdays brand. That's the crazy part.
Yes. And that's what makes me the most sad because, you know, when we were at the combine, we were a little split. I had other responsibilities, and the plan was for all three of us to be there third down Thursdays in full force. We will get that another time. But yes, I will still be there doing my thing, probably breaking news because I stumble into that about once every time I'm anywhere.
I mean,
that's going to be very exciting.
It's easier when you have a loud, obnoxious jackass.
Well, actually, at that point, you know, when we broke news, it was better to be quiet. But, you know, you're right.
I mean, we both. What was great about that though is we were both walking. We just stopped.
Just and boom.
But like both of us.
And then,
hey, let's get this. But yeah,
hey there.
Like I said though, it sucks. It is what it is. But you know, such is life. Hey. You got to make. Hey, you got to pay the bills. You got to have a roof over your head.
You make sure that your post. I'm just calling you out publicly because I don't care. Make sure that your Facebook post is public.
It is.
It is.
Should be.
Are you sure?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You're not positive. Okay, just make sure it's public because I'm trying something. So just make sure it's public. Anyway, we can continue now. If you're not already, wherever you're watching right now, make sure you follow us on Twitch because we're pretty cool. And then you get notified when we go live, which is even better. We're gonna have Skubie Mageza on later. Thank you very much, Bruce. He's the guy who runs the ESPN SportsCenter Snapchat feed.
I cannot wait
to that's going to be very cool.
I legit can't wait to talk to him about like.
I think he's going to be great.
About how that how like just that concept though of like it changing the sports like culture and how it.
And how do you go about being like, hey, I want to be the guy who runs the Snapchat? I'm curious about that.
Right. I love it.
But we have a few things that we need to discuss before that.
Agree.
The first one I want to discuss because it's going to take the least amount of time and make me the most angry, which is a beautiful combination.
I love it.
Is this?
Hey,
no more 163.
What do you mean? So actually, Bruce, the Cubs participated in a 163 situation a few years back.
When was MJ?
It was against the Pirates.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank you. So, back in 2015, they actually played an extra game. And
okay. I remember that now.
So, that being said, though, I love it. I think it's a great I loved it from the fact that from a drama standpoint. But Major League Baseball, I guess, announced, was that today? What?
Yeah, they just randomly announced today that there would be no more game 163s. And so the reason this makes me mad, they said we're going to go down to 5 tiebreakers. And first of all, the tiebreakers don't even all make sense.
I hate it.
The first one is head-to-head record. Okay, that makes sense, right? You got 2 teams. Who's better? If somehow that's tied, we're going to go to intra-division record. And so if you're both in the NL Central, then who had their better record in that? Right. And then interdivision record, isn't that between divisions?
Yeah. So basically, one team, basically the NL Central or NL Central, will have to play
like who had the better division.
Right. Against like whoever had the better record against the NL West or against the NL East or something like that.
So then we have the last half of intra-league games, which is within your conference. And then we have the last half of intra-league games +1 and continuing until the tie is broken. So Major League Baseball, who's having all of these issues surrounding fans staying in the game, getting new fans, getting younger fans, keeping the older fans. My dad is one of them. He doesn't really watch baseball anymore because it pisses him off.
I don't blame him.
They decided, let's get rid of one of the most enjoyable games you can possibly have in the entire year. There's 162 games in a season. A lot of them are boring and mundane and no one cares. But Major League Baseball decided to get rid of the one game that is automatically, without any question, the most exciting game of the season, other than possibly a Game 7 of a World Series. And they said, nah, we don't need that. We're going to come up with some BS algorithm to decide who goes to the playoffs and not use the most entertaining thing. Remember that one year Richie's going to tell us in our ear when it was like, I want to say it was Boston and Tampa or something like, it was like 2011. And there was a game 163. It's the first time I remember a game 163, and it was incredibly entertaining. And now my dad, there you go. My dad's in the comments now. Love the games 163, except against Kansas City because we're Oakland fans and we don't talk about that. I want to say that was the same year.
Look at the family pic too.
That is a good picture. I want to say that was the same year that the Cubs had because it was the year Kansas City was the World Series.
Okay, so real quick, so I was right. So it wasn't so the Cubs 163 was against the Brewers. It was against the Brewers in 2018. That was the one that I was that was the one that I was referencing. And then they ended up losing in the first round of the playoffs that year. So actually, so speaking on that topic, so there's a local celebrity right now that's watching us. So Captain Cubbo, this guy right here is a local celebrity at Wrigley Field who's always at Cubs games, and the guy has has a badass following, great people, is always in pictures, good person. So thank you, Captain Cubbo. Thank you for jumping in the house. That's good stuff, awesome. Man. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. But so I don't even know. So to speak on Major League Baseball real quick, and I know like we're talking about 163 right now, but I don't know if you saw this, MJ, but this was the lowest attended across all platforms, but I'm going to use specifically the Cubs. This was the lowest attended home opener since 1995.
Yep.
So I'm going
and there's two reasons for that. Richie just gave us the first one in our ear. It was raining. When you start baseball in early April, late March, early April, it is freezing in half of the places you play around the country. And if they don't schedule it right, it's freezing in all of the places that you play across the country. So yes, MLB attendance is down because of that, and then because of everything we've already said. Their marketing sucks.
Marketing is absolute dog shit. We talked about that.
And everything going into it.
One of the things that I thought about it. So for me personally, I'm sorry, I'm going to call them out on it. Everybody knows my opinion about Marquee Network. Marquee Network is absolute dog shit. And the fact that they've continuously invested in it. It's the Ricketts family. Oh, you guys get Chelsea. Oh, it's great. I'm sorry, like it's just very disappointing from a fan standpoint. Nobody wants to purchase another streaming platform because they're unable to provide content to all the people that watch their product. So that being said, they thought that they would be able to get people out because guess what? They're Cub fans. They're going to be able to pay for it. They're going to be able to do this, that, and the other, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, guys, you know what? Go after yourselves. People are against it. It's garbage. It's the fact that you keep doing it. You think that that's going to be successful is trash. So that's it. I'm done with my rant against Marquee again, but it's terrible. No one knows anybody on this team. You know why? Because no one's watching your freaking product on TV. No one knows what's going on. That's the thing. I've watched more White Sox baseball the past 2 years because you're changing content. It's absolute trash. Marquee Network is terrible. The reason why the Cubs were successful is because they were on the Superstation, WGN. You need to get it straight, Ricketts. Change your product, change your platform, do what's right by the fans, and stop trying to freaking pocket money. That's it.
Amen.
That's it. By the way, how do you feel about the Athletics not following through with that trade to the White Sox?
What trade?
Oh, you didn't hear about this, huh?
Oh, no. What didn't I hear about?
The White Sox wanted Vaughn. So they want Frankie Montas. They wanted.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
I don't care. Trade them all. I don't care. Because you already started it. You started the fire sale, okay? You traded Sean Manaea, who's going crazy in San Diego.
Here we go.
You traded Matt Chapman, who is somehow the 7-hitter in Toronto because that team is stacked as all get out. And Vladdy Jr. is hitting 1,200 feet of home runs in Yankee Stadium. And then you traded Matt Olson, who was a seamless replacement for Freddie Freeman, and some might argue was even better. So you traded those three already. Why leave Frankie Montas with a bunch of scrubs? No offense to Sean Murphy and some of the other guys who are still there that I still kind of like. But why leave them? Just trade them all. Frankie Montas is not young. He's not locked up and under contract. They're going to trade him soon anyway. It's probably just going to be next deadline instead of this one.
White Sox need pitching. So if they got Montas there, like they're already, I think right now, according to FanDuel, I think they are like the fourth like best odds to win the World Series this year. If I remember off the top of my head. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and the A's are probably bottom 5.
I doubt I'm wrong though, because I'm always right.
They're trash. Anyway, continue.
They're trash. Anyway, no, that was it. That was really it. I just wanted to see what your instant reaction was. I didn't even know you didn't know that.
I had no idea, but it doesn't surprise me. Just trade him. I don't even care.
I think the Athletics were asking for Vaughn. That's why the trade. They like
because Frankie Montas has actually been pretty good, but
so well. Let's transition. I know, like baseball is fun and it gets you hyped. Gets you absolutely so heated. Okay, so the White Sox are actually third best. Thank you, Richie. Our producer just said that. But that being said,
let's talk basketball. Let's piss me off a little bit less.
All right, so real quick, before we actually get specifically into what you wanted to talk about before, but NBA playoffs have started, playing games. I've actually gotten into an argument with one of like my fellow coworkers about this. I like the play-in tournaments. I like the tournament. Excuse me. I like the concept. And yes, it's a money-grabbing event. And yes, it's a way for the NBA to market their product. But you know what though? I love it. I think it creates a little bit more drama. And it's been fun for me. I've been winning some good money.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's why Bruce likes it. Because he's betting on it and he won money. Okay.
It's been good content. It's been fun though. Have you been watching any of the games? Like, so I think tonight. No, was it tonight? Like playing games. This is what's funny is like.
I think it's over.
No, it's still going on because it's the first round.
Who's left?
So real quick. Come on. So this is what happens when we don't pre-talk before the show. We just decide to.
We never pre-talk before the show. What do you
randomly drop like bombs like this on it and just have?
Oh yeah, we're dropping bombs on Richie. He got no clue what's going on right now.
No, it's Richie though too.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Real quick, hold on. Let me see. I'll get the content. Here you go. There it is. All right, thank you to the NBA network for providing this, NBA.com. Boom.
There we go.
Let's get that off there real quick. Richie, thanks for doing your job.
Really proud of you.
Thanks, buddy. There it is. So real quick.
You're welcome.
Thank you, buddy. So yeah, basically that was the concept. I don't even recall like the actual finishes for who's in where and what's going on, but we've seen some awesome basketball games, though. And
okay, but here's what's stupid, and I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again because it's still stupid. The fact that the Brooklyn Nets were in the play-in tournament.
Well, it's not. It's because Kyrie was out for half the year.
Okay, but they were still far and above the clear 7 seed with all of that going on, with trading Harden, with Kyrie bearing out. They were the clear 7 seed. Like, that's where they fell. They were sitting around 500. The 10th seed, I think Charlotte, was somewhere around like 10, 12 games below 500. That is not a playoff team. That is not somebody that needs to be watched after the 82-game season is over. Their basketball sucked for 82 games, and it's going to suck for an 83rd. So I don't need to watch that again. I don't need to watch that again. And heaven forbid they somehow catch fire. And LaMelo Ball has 2 great games. And they didn't because they lost. But heaven forbid they were to actually get into the playoffs. And then I have to watch them get curb stomped by the Heat in 4. Like, yeah, that would make Mike Ruiz happy. But nobody else in the entire country outside of the city of Miami is going to enjoy that. So let's get rid of it. Give me an 8-9 play-in, but a 10 being in there is just ridiculous. They're a borderline lottery team, not a play-in team.
All right. So how about a 9 though? So the New Orleans.
Yeah, I'll do an 8-9.
So the Pelicans.
I'm fine with that.
The Pelicans are going to be playing the Clippers for a chance for that 8 spot.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with a 8-9.
Is Zion coming back? By the way, like everything I've seen,
I want to talk about that too because you see those dunks he's throwing down in practice. Why are they not playing him?
Right, like that.
He looks fine.
Like that's a cheat code right now.
Literally,
that's an absolute cheat code.
You could just drop him in there and be like, here you go.
Right, exactly. So in the West right now in the playing game. So now that I have it pulled up,
You
in the
literally have
West.
gotten me so heated that one of my veins is like twitching right now, dude. You've already pissed me off like 3 times
How have
tonight.
I got you mad? What have I said to get
I
you
don't
mad?
know. I'm just on that today because I have the energy to be mad today.
I don't think I got you mad. I think I'm just getting you going because we're talking like some stuff that's
Yeah, you're
legit.
getting me going.
That's what she said. Phrasing.
Continue.
Do we still do phrasing? No. So in the
No, but
West,
I actually know what that is. Thank you, Maui.
Archer. Great show by the
Okay,
way. Danger
cool.
Zone. So the Pelicans are playing the Clippers in this game for the 8th seed right now to play the Phoenix Suns. Again, so we're gonna say
Well, both
curb
those
stomp.
teams are gonna get
We're
smacked,
gonna
but
say
yeah.
curb stomp again. But but to be honest with you, I think the storyline here is why not activate Zion if he's able to, and let him get
I
him
don't
get
know,
him to
dude.
go. And then so the other game though is in the East is the Hawks in Cleveland, which is actually would be a pretty decent game to be honest with you. I think and Cleveland was quite a good surprise this year.
Yeah, that's a fine one. I'm not inherently mad at that one, but still, like it's
Why would you be mad?
unnecessary. I'm not
Oh no,
inherently mad.
I absolutely I just love it this year. I love the idea of the play-in tournament. I think it's a fun concept. I think it's going to be it gives an opportunity for, like I said, more viewers, more betting because it's legal in more states.
Well, let me say this. Since I was going after Major League Baseball for getting rid of Game 163, I will give NBA the compliment, even though it annoys me that a 10 seed is there. That's completely unnecessary. You don't need to make the 7 seed involved in order to make the 10 seed involved. But I will say, in a day and age where more games is more content, is more marketability for the NBA, they have done a very good job of making sure that, Kevin Durant, they get an extra primetime game with KD there. He's one of the best players the world has ever seen. And so the NBA has done a very good job of that. I'll give them that. Get rid of the 10 seed. That's stupid. But your marketing,
No,
pretty
see,
good.
but I don't. I disagree with that though, because the only reason why I disagree with that legitimately is because the Hornets weren't a bad team this year. LaMelo Ball was a stud. Everything they did, like they were fine. They played well. Like that was that. Like
Okay, but by that
I was
argument,
okay
the
with that.
Lakers should be in because LeBron was a stud. Like,
Well, also I think the Hornets had had a record that was over 500 too, though.
yeah, I was wrong. There's some team I forget. Was it the Spurs that were trash that were in the play-in? There was one of the 10 seeds was booty cheeks.
It's the Pelicans. They were
The
36 and
Pelicans,
46.
I don't know.
Oh no,
Somebody's
you're right. No,
bad.
you're right. Excuse me. The Spurs were in the play-in game. You're right. They were in the 10 seed. They were
Yeah,
34 and 48. Whereas
yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
In the Eastern Conference, the Hornets were 43 and 39,
bro. The Lakers couldn't even get 34 wins.
which is
Imagine.
absolute dog shit. I'm
That's
sorry.
just embarrassing.
If that team was together, though, like you've seen all the memes, you've seen all the things going on. If that team
Oh
was
yeah, if it was
together
like
back in like
2010,
2010,
yeah,
like, oh, dude, that was my second year out of college. I'd been freaking
I
all
was
over
10
that.
years old.
I don't know I don't even know what that was. I don't even know what
Oh
that
my
was.
gosh.
But yeah, dude, like the I don't know. I actually did like Charlotte. If the Hawks last night didn't have a big third quarter, and if Trae Young didn't just go off, I do
That's what
think
Trae Young
that.
does.
Well, right, because it's like he's the microwave. Like it's like he'll have a bundle of scores right away, and that's what he does, and I'm cool with
Yeah,
it.
and he's basically Kobe White, right?
There was a what? Wow, we're bringing that back. So we might have
Yeah,
new
just to let you
viewers.
guys know, in case anybody forgot,
Oh, come
Bruce
on!
about a year ago said that it was questionable whether someone should take Trae Young over Kobe White because Kobe White was going to be that good.
But it was also before Trae Young decided to fucking go off and just be an
Okay,
absolute
that makes me
beast.
look even smarter.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Continue. The
whatever.
other thing NBA related we
Shut
wanted to
up.
talk about was this. The Minnesota Timberwolves, who have been a great story this year, young team. They went through a bunch of turbulence getting rid of Coach Tibbs, Jimmy Butler forcing his way out by just absolutely showing up the entire organization. there's been a lot of chaos there in the last few years. They got Anthony Edwards. They brought in D'Lo from Golden State and from Brooklyn. They got Karl Anthony Towns there. Really good roster. Very happy for Cat that he's been able to go through all this. And they got just destroyed on social media for celebrating about winning their playing game.
Which is absolutely absurd because, like, I think the last time they were in the playoffs was 2004. So
it's been a long time.
You have a team that's excited to play for your city. You have a city that's excited for your basketball team. There's absolutely no reason why that they shouldn't celebrate the way they did. And the fact that you have people that are so jackassian, yes, I'm using that word, jackassian, to give those fans and that franchise any kind of grief whatsoever is absurd. Congratulations, Timberwolves. I think it's awesome. Good for you guys. Terrible for those people that were giving them crap.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe he is making his way to be ready to join us soon. We got Skubie, I believe is how you say his name. We'll have him correct us if we've been butchering it for the last 30 minutes. From ESPN. He runs the Sports Center Snapchat. So Skubie, if you want to just give us any indication when you are ready, we'll toss you in. Looks like he's walking around somewhere. We got a thumbs up. Okay. Thumbs up. And there we go.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Actually getting ready to head into work within the next 30 minutes or so. Got Snapchat.
Oh,
there we go.
I got Snapchat. Can you imagine even being able to say that? Just be like, I got Snapchat.
And I got my dog here acting up. What do you see? My dog's name is Scrappy. So he's
I love that.
So
he's acting a fool.
So the proper way to pronounce your name is it Skubie?
Yeah, Skubie. You got it right.
Perfect.
I love that. First of all, amazing name. So Skubie, if you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself for anybody watching who doesn't know what you do, give us a little rundown of that. And my first question after that will just be, how did you get to a point where you're running Snapchat for ESPN? Because that is awesome.
Yeah, so I'm a digital host on ESPN. Snapchat is one of the things I'm consistently on all year round. But we also have the ESPN streaming platforms with shows on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. So I co-host on a lot of Hoop Stream. We do College Game Day live. That's the one before College Game Day on Twitter platforms. It's like the pre-show to College Game Day. And then, I've done other shows during football season, like Monday Night Tailgate, Friday Kickoff. So it's a range of different shows on the digital sphere. And then on Snapchat, I'm a host as well for ESPN Sports Center. So it's you do a lot of different things. I'm just host, ESPN host. And Snapchat is my most consistent one all year round because the shows that we have on digital platforms are based on the season that's going on.
No, that's fair. So there's some people that, like, when I said that we were having you on the show, I work at a school, so a lot of people end up seeing some of the kids found my platform and everything like that. They're like, oh my God, like we've seen him before and everything like that. So basically, that being said, though, the fact that you have a Snapchat as your platform, how do you think that's changed the way the media, the consumer watches sports, and how is that evolved during the course of your time with ESPN?
Yeah, the technology evolving is due to convenience, right? Everybody wants something quick and on the go, and it's not necessarily sitting down on the couch in the living room and watching ESPN, Fox, whatever it is to digest your information. You want it quick and on the go, whether it be in that first 10, 15 minutes on the bed, or it's on the toilet when you wake up and you're doing your business. You want it just, what is it that happened? Can you give me the information quick, concise, and entertaining? Yeah. And what Snapchat offers is that, although there's a lot of joking around and we're completely different in the aspect of way we do things, Hold on, my dog's got a paper, and I can't. Look at him. He's acting up. Scrappy, stop.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That's what happens.
The content we need right there. I love that.
But
hey, it's okay. My puppies always come down here whenever I'm.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So it's given everybody an opportunity to get that information quickly and on the go, because we give the highlights, we tell the stories. I mean, for tonight's show, we're talking about Kyler Murray. We're talking about the stories that can't be covered deep into detail on SportsCenter sometimes, like Floyd Mayweather telling
The money.
He'll pay them $20 million if
sign
can work out whatever team decides to pay him.
Yeah.
So just those things where it gives everybody an opportunity to digest information that's most convenient towards them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So in particular, so you said that like there's a multiple areas that you cover and multiple things that you do with the streams from ESPN and the content provided on ESPN. Did we lose him? Did we lose Skubie?
I don't think so. No, he's.
Oh, there he is. There you go. He's back. So like multiple content that I don't even know if you heard. Did you hear me the whole time, Skubie? Or do you want me to?
Yeah. You can repeat yourself. Go ahead.
Oh, fair, no problem. So basically, with the multitude of areas that ESPN does, their streaming and the platforms that they use to get their content out there. Do you have a favorite area that you cover and you're like, yeah, I can't wait to do that? Like, is it college football? Is it the NBA? Is it the NFL? Like, what's your area that you're like, yeah, I got that assignment that I wanted to do?
For me, it would have to be football, because I played college football. So when it comes down to doing something related to the sport, it kind of comes naturally to me.
Okay.
And that's where the majority of my passion lies. My passion lies in sports in general, but during football season, I played that sport my entire life. So as soon as the fall hits, there's just something inside of me that just clicks, and it's like, yo, the season's here, off season's over. It's time to, put on the performance that you're supposed to. It's time to dive deep into X, Y's, and the Z's of the sport itself. So that's definitely what I get excited for.
The best sound is that sound of walking across the parking lot with the click clacks and then into the
definitely.
I get it, man. I get it.
That's it. And the smell of grass.
Oh yeah.
Skubie, what position did you play in college football now? Because we didn't do enough homework, because we did not know that you played college football.
No,
it's all good. I played. I'm putting him in the cage now. I played wide receiver. So I played at Curry College in Milton, Massachusetts. I was a wide receiver, and played all 4 years. Got on the field freshman year all the way till senior, and it's the game that's helped change my life.
It's true. It's a great game. It's a great game. Sorry, I'm totally taking away from you.
No, you're fine.
I love it. I love the fact that you played football. I think that's a great thing. All right. So what was your best 40 time? Excuse me.
It was mid 4.5. Mid 4.5, high 4.5. Yeah. Okay. I was definitely like a smart player. Also very, great with my footwork, explosive, and great blocker. And as coaches, they just love that type of stuff. So
they do.
I miss the game, and the mind of the game is really what got me the job at ESPN as well.
So who was the guy that you modeled your game after?
Man, I loved route running. Route running is definitely an art of mine. And I loved how certain receivers there's a number of them that I watched, and this is before his crazy day, but I loved Antonio Brown. I just loved how he ran his routes. He's very clear and concise with how, at the end of the day, the guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame, even though he's Terrell Owens 2.0.
Oh no! Hey, no! All right, I'm gonna counter that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you on that. T.O. was never in the same atmosphere, same realm as Antonio Brown when it comes.
He was dramatic on the field.
Listen, Terrell, have we forgotten that interview that Terrell Owens had?
When he was doing his abs.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I mean, it was great stuff. But when you dive into that story of why he did it, it was all drama. It was all drama, and drama is what that's why I said 2.0. I didn't say he was
okay.
I said 2.0. He's a little higher.
That's
respectfully. You know what I mean? Respectfully. But yeah, he's one guy that I really looked at a lot just because of the route running and the technique that he used within it. So I was a fan of it.
Fair.
That's fantastic. So Scooby, I gotta ask, what's your favorite NFL offseason signing or trade so far? Because it's been very chaotic. I'm sure you've had to talk about a lot of that on ESPN. So what's your favorite move that's been made? We put people on the spot here, so you don't get to get around this.
You can't just say you work
your number
you can't
one
say
favorite.
you work for ESPN and just run away from stuff.
There's been a number of different moves, and this season has been, just huge in general for transactions and so on and so forth. I would say the Tyreek Hill move, I thought that was great by Miami. Tyreek Hill is arguably one of the best receivers in the NFL. And, it's a close 1A, 1B with the Devontae Adams move that the Las Vegas Raiders were able to pull off. But I like the Tyreek Hill move because Jalen Waddle, coming out of college, he was a guy that was compared to Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. And people would say he has that Tyreek Hill speed. That's the type of player that he is. And now you got both guys on the same team. And they signed some running backs, Morris, who has a lot of speed. You got Tua. You still got Gesicki. And I think this Miami team is also dangerous on defense because we've seen what they've been able to do the last 2 years on the defensive side of the ball. So for them, I thought it was a huge move, and it's going to be huge for Tua. I think Tua can prove it and be that type of quarterback that people are talking about because everyone's like, oh, Tua's going to throw these balls. He can't throw the ball down the field and so on and so forth. You know who led the NFL in passes behind or close to the line of scrimmage last year? The Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. So when you look at this whole situation,
when you have Tyreek Hill,
is Tyreek going to be able to
screen?
That's what they do. That's what he did. He's used to it. So I thought that was a great move for them.
So I'm gonna follow up that with you with your thoughts on Mike McDaniel and what does he bring to that Miami Dolphins team?
You saw what the San Francisco 49ers were able to accomplish with Jimmy Garoppolo at their quarterback position. Now, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a great quarterback in the NFL. I think he can be the reason that he doesn't lose you games, but more times than not, I don't think he's going to be the reason that he wins you games. And that's okay. Because a lot of quarterbacks will lose you games in the NFL. It's just about everything else that comes around it and that clutch gene in the final couple of minutes, who knows. But anyway, back to your question. We saw what they were able to do with Deebo Samuel. We saw what they were able to do in that running game, the creativity and the way that they had to switch things up. I think McDaniels now has all of those weapons and then some in Miami. And the talk is that he's going to put Tyreek Hill in that Deebo Samuel position where he's going to be giving him handoffs in the backfield. We saw Tyreek Hill find success doing that in KC with Andy Reid putting him in the backfield at times, and he would also put Travis Kelce in the backfield. I think he's going to find ways to just get these guys the ball in space and let them create, and that's what they are. So he's going to just do some crazy things with Tyreek, crazy things with Tua. It's going to be fun to watch. And I hate it because I'm a Patriots fan.
I was about to. So this is actually perfect that you're leading me into this question, though, because with that division, you have the Bills, you have the Patriots, and what they're doing. Now you have the Dolphins doing well, and then you have the Jets. We don't need to worry about them, but you have the Bills and the Patriots and Dolphins. So I'm going to push you on the spot now. If you could rank them right now with everything that they've done, what are you doing with that?
Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets.
Wow. That was quick. So you looks like you were prepared for that.
Football's my game, and it's easy. The Bills are one of the Super Bowl favorites, and you have to respect that. And they made a great pick. They had a great offseason. They gave Stephon Diggs his money. They brought in Von Miller. That defense is already dangerous, and they're going to make more moves. They're all in right now, and they have the culture. And they were that close last year, 13 seconds away, to be exact. And then when you look at the Dolphins, they were able to make that move with Tyreek Hill, as I just mentioned. Tua, they're going to get him more protection on the offensive line. They should take that next step. Now, I think it's close between the Dolphins and the Patriots. The thing about the Patriots is, what do they do this offseason, in an offseason that was one of the most historic ones in NFL history? Now, the word is the Patriots are comfortable with what they have in-house in terms of what they did last year during NFL free agency. They believe that they can coach these guys up and have them take their next step. Yeah. So basically the Patriots were happy with what they spent and what they had, and they felt like they didn't need to make these big moves in free agency. Now, the next thing is, what are they going to do in the draft? Will Mac Jones take that next step up? Patriots have to go and get a receiver of some sort, and they always tend to wait all the way until the last second. All right, everybody's picked their free agents. What's left? Here's a guy that was great a couple of years ago, hasn't been great lately. Let's see if we can bring that back to life. And they're good at doing that. So it's going to be interesting to see who they pick up. There's still some running backs there. There's some wide receivers there who are pretty good. OBJ has been brought up in conversation with the Patriots. And Jamison Williams from Alabama, he's a guy that they could bring in. I think will be a great fit. Mac Jones just needs more weapons. But the word is right now, I think the latest mock draft that I saw is they go into Kobe Dean for linebacker in the first round. So we'll see.
Wow. Yeah, you can't really beat the Bills running the ball 40 something times again. Yeah, we saw that in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to
reach. You can't. It's not gonna work this time. You're gonna have to have some other stuff. Mac Jones is gonna have to get the ball down the field, but come on, he did not have the weapons that would, open that door for him to be able to push the ball down the field. Right now, they just have a bunch of number 2 receivers, and that's what it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be a little selfish here. I gotta be. That being said, you have the national scene. You're able to hear the things that are said, and I gotta ask, what are the thoughts on the Chicago Bears right now with Ryan Poles as the new GM and with Matt Eberflus as the new head coach? What are the things that you've heard going on? What are your thoughts on what's going on?
I think the Bears are in a huge wait and see type of situation. I mean, you basically just hit the reset button and you brought in a coach who didn't. It's always tough when you bring in a coach that didn't want that quarterback. Granted, Justin Fields is a great quarterback, and I think he still has a great future, but it's tough at this moment to say that, it's going to work out in that marriage. So the Bears are definitely in a wait and see. It's great that they switched the head coach. I think it was time to make that adjustment, and thank God they made that adjustment. What are the pickups that they're going to be making in the draft? They gave away a lot of their draft capital to make trades. So I think right now you're just trying to make sure Justin Fields takes that next step, and you're trying to make sure that this team competes. And through that, maybe you can bring in some free agents. I don't think the Bears, unfortunately, are a threat to anyone at this moment in time.
No, I agree.
But the future is, it's like, all right, we're approaching a fork in the road. Mm-hmm. What are we going to be? Are we going to have to look at a quarterback down the line? Is this the guy? Because the quarterback class of this upcoming draft is set really to be good. Great. And there's already teams stacking up draft capital for next year, a.k.a. Philadelphia Eagles. So you see the teams are well aware of what's to come in the next draft. And the Bears, they don't have a lot of capital for this draft at all either.
Well, if you look at the talent that they have on that roster right now, it's not very good.
Yeah, so. What can you do right now? Let's establish a culture. Let's make sure this quarterback develops, and then let's build off of that. That's pretty much what it is in Chicago.
So, Skubie, to real quick, last question I have for you. I'm sure Bruce has more, but one of the things we love doing now that I know you're a former college athlete, we love asking for a story from your playing times. And especially you seem like somebody, given, you know, you got a good personality. I feel like you're somebody who's a wide receiver that may have talked some smack to an opposing defensive back. So I got two things for you. Number one, what was your style of getting into a DB's head? And then number two, who got into your head the most?
Man, so I wasn't a huge trash talker, to tell you the truth, just because I'm a karma guy. But there will be games where we would have fun trash talk, me and the DB. So I used to love when guys came up to play me one-on-one, and sometimes they would like to put me out in a split out situation where it's just the DB and I on the field. And I know it's a running play to the other side or whatever it is. So what I used to love doing is, fly off of the ball, make the DB think that I'm about to run this fly route.
Run a 9. You're running a 9.
Yeah. And then as soon as he tries to take off, I would hit him because it's a run play. So I would always, catch people slipping with that and get them off their feet. So I used to have a lot of fun with that. I used to piss off a lot of guys. And then for somebody to get in my head, it wasn't much, man. I would honestly, like I said, I wasn't much of a trash talker. So if you trash talk me, I'll just be like, all right, well, I'll see you in the next play. I just did my talking the way that I could. I never really trash talk. I would talk with my teammates and celebrate with my teammates, but that was never really my game.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Thank you. Well, appreciate the honesty, obviously. All right, so
that's awesome.
So one of the things that I absolutely love too, though, are multi-sport athletes. So that being said, what's the go-to other sport that you like playing right now?
Basketball, of course. I played basketball and football in college. Basketball was truly the first sport that I was like, this is the one that I want to play. And then fell in love with football, but love the game of basketball. It's an art, as Kyrie Irving likes to say so often, and that guy is one of the best artists in the league. Agreed. And I love the game. It's a sitcom, the NBA. If you really think about it, there's always some weird drama story.
It really is,
and there's a handful of them going on right now as we speak. And then college basketball, there's just so much different scenarios and things that happen with it that I love about the game, and the WNBA and on the women's side. I just love the game of basketball. I love how it changes continuously. And aside from that, it's football.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Best player, NBA player of all time, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
All right, so here's the thing. I, didn't get to watch Michael Jordan in his heyday. 96, turn it up back then. So, but I see LeBron, and LeBron's gonna break every single record. So
he's amazing. LeBron's amazing.
The best overall player. You got to say LeBron. He's got the assists. He's got the rebounds. He's got the points. I'm going to say LeBron James, but the people who watch Michael Jordan play are going to say, you crazy, Jordan did this, Jordan did that. He never lost here. He never
I don't know if you saw the back of my laptop.
It is what it is. I'm not going to argue it. I'm not going to argue it. And that's going to be an argument forever. But
I love it, though.
I think 10 years down the line, we'll respect what LeBron James is doing a lot more than we do right now.
I agree. So I'm not a LeBron hater by any means. I just had to I just wanted to
No, he just gets really excited for.
I love it. I love the conversation. I think it's fun. It's fun.
Sure.
But no, I love it. I love it. But much appreciated, Skubie. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't even know if anybody has another question for you. So I'm already
that's all I got for you, Skubie. It's been great having you on. It's been a good time. We appreciate you taking time out of your day. You got to go take care of Snapchat, take care of the people over there. So we'll let you go. But thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on. Glad I can always talk sports. It's fun to always connect with people. It's all about just all of us creating content, and I do what I do because I love what I do. So I had fun with you guys today. Appreciate it,
Scooby. Hey, go take care of Scrappy, and we love you.
He's crying right now because I locked in his crate. Let him get some freedom.
I got my right here too. So I hear you, man. I hear you.
Oh,
We hope to have you on again sometime. We hope to have you.
All right, for sure. You guys be safe. Appreciate you having me on.
You too. Take care.
We'll do. Talk to you later, sir.
All right, bye.
Awesome guy. Great person.
Hey,
fun content.
I told you he was going to have a
disagree with the LeBron
much better
James
personality than somebody else.
Much better. I'll say it. Fuck it. Much better personality than somebody else we've had on.
Yeah, maybe last month or week or so. Anyway, so it was a great time having Skubie on. I love that guy, and he was great. Got his dog.
He was great.
Fantastic time.
And the fact his dog's name was freaking Scrappy.
I love that, dude.
Is that?
I love that so much.
I think it's cool. But yeah, man.
Bruce, what we gotta have one last thing. We gotta have something. What are we gonna do to piss each other off in the last 4 minutes?
Not really anything. Honestly, this might be the first time in a while that we've actually ended the show without having like anything else to talk about. And yes, bullshit it might be. I will say this. So how about this? So right now we are currently hanging out with a new content social media person that's been really doing a great job. I've watched our like live viewers this whole time, and from what I've seen, he's been doing a great job. So I'm not gonna put it out there yet, but it's much appreciated what you've been doing, and thank you so much, because whatever you've been doing, it's been working. So kudos to you, my guy, and cheers to that. But if you guys get a chance though, you guys got to check out Beers and Sports, the episode that Eric and I did last night. Because that's what I was going to talk to you about. Duh. So now that I remembered that, so last night Eric and I had Rob Schaefer, Chicago Bulls beat writer for NBC Sports Chicago on, and he ended up his prediction to reach the NBA Finals was the Milwaukee Bucks, which doesn't bode well for our Chicago Bulls, but the Milwaukee Bucks and the Golden State Warriors.
Not going to happen, but thank you, Rob.
That's what he said. Well, I know. Well, honestly, I actually have the Suns, but it was actually a pretty entertaining conversation. If you guys want to see Rob Schaefer of NBC Sports Chicago, give MJ that credit, because I did give him shit too. By the way, I was like, MJ can't see this, just so you know.
Wait, he gave me credit?
No. I was saying. Well, he didn't actually direct it to you. He was saying that the Warriors were going to get there. And that's when I said, you can't say that because MJ is going to absolutely love what you're saying, Rob.
Yes, that is very true.
So
freaking, don't even get me started. We don't have time for that.
But by the way, real quick,
we'll work on that.
To our viewers that watched last night, that are watching right now, I did bet the Bulls to lose that series 4-1. Bucks win 4-1, and Eric said Bucks sweep 4-0. So I think the Bulls will steal one game, but that's also my bullshit positivity coming out and optimism.
I think they'll steal a game.
So
I don't think it'll be that depressing.
It's gonna be depressing.
I mean, I just wanted to make you feel a little better because my team will actually make it to the second round.
Well, what's funny is I actually thought that the Bulls would get to the second round, and then all of a sudden injuries.
And then they got matched up with Milwaukee.
Well, honestly, I actually think they would have a better chance against Milwaukee if Lonzo Ball was playing. Genuinely, I do.
Because then you have somebody to guard Drew or Chris.
Do I think they win the series? No, I don't. Even if Lonzo Ball, they wouldn't win the series. But I think they could have a better chance of at least getting one game.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, good show tonight. Proud of you, Bruce.
Show.
Proud of our team.
First time we haven't pulled Richie in. Hands here. Hands around.
Oh, my God.
There we go. What a guy.
Hi,
I told you not to do that. I told you
Hi,
not to do that.
Richie. How you
Hi,
doing?
I was like, I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
You enjoying yourself?
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
our producer, guys. Just
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah.
Anything? Anything you got to say to the people before we go?
Subscribe.
Wow, that was good. That was
Beautiful.
good. And he bounced and he's done. All right, MJ. Oh, wow, that was quick. All right. Hey, MJ.
Yes, Bruce.
Appreciate you, dog.
Love you.
Richie.